Please, ladies and gentlemen, we give applause for Prof. Mila.
Stay here to be closer to you. So our Vice Dean, Dr. Eko Haryanto, a very young Dean, Dr. Iqbal, and Dr. Sajadin, of course, Dr. Ola, you're there. So good afternoon to everyone, to the lecturers and to the students. Actually, this is my 8th trip to Indonesia, 8. And I have given a lot of lectures in Medan. Actually, we came from Semarang to give. I gave 2 lectures. Dr. Olabudi gave 1 lecture. So my 8 really, my 8. And I have turned Indonesia as my second home. Okay. So it's a general lecture. So I know you are in the College of Engineering. So my topic is on the role of mathematics to strengthen national unity and competitiveness. So you know, when I was in the elementary, I was in high school, I didn't want mathematics. I hated mathematics actually. But it was only when I was encouraged by a very, very intelligent teacher that I learned to love mathematics. So we say, neglect of mathematics works injury to all knowledge, since he who is ignorant of it cannot know the other sciences of the things of the world. So this is from Roger Bacon. So you know, if you hate mathematics, you will not live. Of course, we need mathematics in our daily lives. So in going to the market, in counting, and other applications of mathematics. So mathematics is a science whose subject matter is special forms and quantitative relations of the real world. So that's by angels. So we have 2 types. We have your quantitative and we have our qualitative. So when we say qualitative, there's no number involved. But if it is quantitative, we speak of a lot of numbers. Another, mathematics is a science which draws necessary conclusion. Of course, I know you did a lot of researches in your field of specialization in order to graduate, and that's what we do. Mathematics is a way to settle in the mind of children a habit of reasoning. So we reason out using mathematics. Like for example, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Why is 1 plus 1 equal to 2? So we still have reasoning. And that is always in geometry and in trigonometry. We reason a lot. Okay. So when we say mathematics, we speak of numbers and quantities. We have the operations, we have logical reasoning, we have shapes, we have abstractions, we have models, patterns, and structures. So we only do not deal with numbers, but we have a lot. We have models. So do you believe that mathematics is important? Is mathematics important? Of course, it's important to students like you, because without mathematics, you will not be here, because you're taking up engineering. Do you believe that mathematics will change society? So we believe that mathematics will change society because we solve problems like traffic problems, problems in school using mathematics. And we meet together to find solutions to problems. So imagine life without mathematics. So what are the uses of mathematics? So basic day-to-day activities like counting, cooking, you have telling time, budgeting, purchasing goods using barcodes, you have your traveling and your measurement. Now what are the other applications? You have gas refilling station, you have the computation of grades, currency exchange, field of medicine, recreational facilities, and others. So we have a lot of applications. So in development, we say it's paradigm shift. What is paradigm shift? let's say you have this now, you make a lot of changes. So that's called paradigm shift. So it is a gradual change. So maybe last week, I gave a lecture in Semarang. It's about education and leadership in Industrial Revolution 5.0. So I discussed from 1.0, 2.0, up to 5.0 to the students. So we need transformation. You have advancement, improvement, competitiveness, and never achieved without unity and cooperation. So we always unite together to solve problems. We cooperate so that we will attain that development we are dreaming of. Now, what is the need for mathematics in development? So, mathematics for daily life. So that's for satisfaction and empowerment. You have mathematics for the workplace, for decision making and problem solving, and mathematics for technical and scientific community. Now, what is the role of mathematics in community development? So we have here human development. So it's the development of a total person. So you have social, which reflects the relationships, cooperation, development of social skills. Then we have intellectual, which pertains to thinking. So intellectual, mental, and reasoning ability. Then we have moral, that is personality development. Then spiritual, and cultural, and vocational. So you have different roles of mathematics in daily lives. It is also used in the development of the society. So we do research. You have qualitative and quantitative research. And you cannot do your research, especially you're in the field of engineering, without counting, without numbers. You have your data analysis, where you make use of numbers, you make use of programs like MATLAB, like SPSS, and so on. Then, you also have infrastructures. Of course, the engineers, the architects need mathematics. Then, medicine and agriculture. So we say, in the field of medicine, the error should not be greater than 0.01. We have errors like 0.05, and that is the level of significance. But in medicine, we should not have an error greater than 0.01. Then women empowerment. Now, is there unity in mathematics? When we do solve mathematics problems, we have a lot of ways. So let's say you want to go to Bali, you could ride a train, right? There's a train to Bali. There is a bus. There is a plane. But finally, your destination is Bali. So it's just like having 3 ways of reaching Bali. Which means, in solving problems, we have a lot of techniques in doing. So maybe you could make use of algebra, you could make use of trigonometry, you could make use of algorithm to solve the different problems. So it's always unity in mathematics because you have to work together. Now, in the field of science and technology, experts share ideas together to improve the quality of technical know-how to produce better results and products. So we have to be updated with the current trends. So if it is new now, just like cell phones, at first you had cell phones with an antenna, then you had a larger one, then it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. So that is change in technology. But you should not take into consideration, you should not set aside family relationships. Do not focus on the technology. You always need human aspects. Okay, is there competitiveness in mathematics? Now we have contests, we have competitions in mathematics. We have ASEAN, we have now the ASEAN Unity, we have Asian competitions, we have international competitions in mathematics. Of course, not to forget inventions in the field of mathematics. And these inventions are always products of research. So it's just an extension of the findings of research. So after learning the applications of mathematics and placing everything in order, there is now competition in the field of business. You have in contest, technological advantage, because everyone wants to be on top. So every one of them want to be the first. So there is always a competition. Even in business, you have strategies to do, and that is by using mathematics. Okay. So other reasons that lead to competition is searching for better ways of promoting technological transformations and intensifying the results of research outputs. So you have to impart the knowledge you have learned. So especially those from competitions or attending seminars, attending conferences is a lot. So we always learn new trends, new technologies in order to be used to the solving of our problems in the field. But why do students hate mathematics? Did you hate mathematics at first? Yes, just like me. So I hated mathematics really. When I was in high school, I told you earlier, when I was in high school, I was in college, I hated mathematics. I was a contestant in English, not in mathematics. But you know, when I was in the first year high school, I had a very good teacher. I had a very good teacher who taught mathematics in a very nice way, that I was really motivated to learn mathematics. So especially my subject under him was geometry. And geometry is a difficult subject. You have reasoning from the start to the end. That's why I was really convinced to continue mathematics, aside from having mathematics as a course without a lot of requirements. So that's mathematics. That's why I enrolled in mathematics, though I was not really good in mathematics. So with this professor, I was encouraged because he taught very nicely. And my subject under him were college algebra, I had trigonometry, I had geometry. To the point that during our midterm exam in geometry, I got a perfect score. So I got a perfect score under him, and I was already exempted during the final exams. So I believe it's always a teacher factor. Let me tell you also a story of my child who also hated mathematics. She finished her Bachelor of Science in social work. Actually, she's working in a government agency now. Before, she also hated mathematics just like me when she was in high school. She even got grades as low as 76, and that is very low for us. So at first, she didn't want math. So if you don't want math, you really hate it. She hated the teacher, actually, the teacher where she took her math subjects. So when she hated the teacher, she also hated the subject. That's why when she comes home from school, she doesn't want to solve her assignment. I had to solve it, and then when I would teach her the method, how I solve the subject, she would not listen. So I challenged her. I told her, you will never learn math without focusing on it. You have to focus. So if you focus in math, you will understand a lot. And she started to solve problems. She started to answer them and just asked me to check it if her solution was correct. So finally, she got higher grades in the higher level. Okay. Now, tips on how to study mathematics. So we have our own individual differences. Some may love math, some may hate math. Maybe we are not good in all the branches of mathematics because we have a lot of branches. We have topology, we have complex analysis. What else? We have algorithm, we have, what are the higher math subjects? We have trigo, we have algebra, we have advanced algebra, we have calculus, advanced calculus, and so on. So every individual is different from others, and that is individual differences. So those who are happy with their math grade but are still interested to know the tips. So these are the two types of people. And the second is those who are not happy with their grades but want some tips on how to improve it. So it's really studying mathematics in an in-depth way and just finding ways on how to improve your math grades. Okay, so with study routine, which could help them obtain high grades in math. Those with low grades may try a new study routine. So there are three categories. Letter A, not so good study habits and don't really understand math. The second is spend a lot of hours but still don't get good grades. And the last is they don't spend much time in studying mathematics. Okay, so there are lots of researches on factors affecting math performance. So number one is the student factor. So this is how you study math. How you study math, your learning styles, your study habits. That's on student factor. The second is school factors. You have the facilities, you have the library, you have your classrooms. So those are the school factors. The third, home factors, it's how you study at home. Do you need the support of your siblings, the support of your parents? Or maybe it's just the learning materials at home. Do you have computers? You have calculators? You have books or maybe encyclopedia in using, in learning. And then the teacher factor where teachers, strategies, and methodologies are involved. So when we say teachers, strategies, and methodologies, these are the ways how the teacher would teach mathematics. We are often branded. Of course, when we say lecturers in math, they are termed as terrors, right? Terrors for the teachers in math. But then sometimes it's just the perception of the students. That's why teachers or lecturers in mathematics should be kind enough. Because if you are a terror in the subject, you will be branded by the students. And they will never understand how you teach. Because it's already in their mind that you are a terror in teaching. That's why in all these factors affecting math performance, number one is your teacher factor. Okay, so it is always influenced by teacher factor. So if the teacher is kind in teaching, you have to teach the method once, twice, maybe remedial teaching will help. But if the teacher is really branded as terror, the student will not only hate the teacher, but the student will also start hating the subject. Okay. So, just the last two slides, Dr. Ola. So you love mathematics, for you cannot do away with it since it always haunts you. What do you mean by it haunts you? You remember a movie like A Haunted House? A haunted house is very frightening. So here, if you won't love mathematics, it will always haunt you. So you cannot do away with mathematics. All courses in the college level, in the university level, will always include mathematics, even just the basic math. Okay. So that's why we should love math, so it will not haunt you. Okay, thank you very much, and good afternoon once again. Can we have Q and A after my lecture? Or Q and A after the lecture? After the lecture of Dr. Olabode. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Mila. This is a good talk, good speech.
Mistake is allowed. You remember of Lion's air crash last year? Simple mistake led to the crash of the the airplane last year. Simple mistake. Because they changed some things.